Hi, turning to the externals as we explore below topics and more. JBS fully operational after ransomware attack and lost meat production to be recovered within a week. Pence plus Biden's proofs for critical race theory as an assault on American culture and values. Smugglers openly advertise illegal border crossing on Facebook. Biden rejects new Republican infrastructure offer. Nevada Governor Sisolak signs law allowing permanent mail-in voting. Welcome back to the Externals. I'm your host Katherine Dang. We'll be posting exclusive episodes daily you can only find in the Externals. So we invite you to like and subscribe. And let's start today by talking about JBS fully operational after ransomware attack and lost meat production to be recovered within a week. Meat production giant JBS announced Tuesday that it has resumed normal operations at all of its global facilities following a production crippling ransomware attack, adding that it expects any lost meat production to be fully recovered by the end of next week. In a Thursday statement, JBS stated all its plants are now fully operational, crediting a swift response, robust IT system, and encrypted backup servers for resolving Sunday's criminal cyber attack. Andre Nogueira, CEO of JBS USA, said, "The criminals were never able to access our core system, which greatly reduced potential impact. Today, we are fortunate that all of our facilities around the globe are operating at normal capacity, and we are focused on fulfilling our responsibility to produce safe, high-quality food." White House Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said on June 1st that the administration believes the ransomware attack on JBS is likely linked to a Russia-based criminal organization. It comes as the White House warned business leaders in a June 3rd letter about the growing risk of ransomware attacks, urging them to beat off their digital security measures. Next, we're going to talk about Pence plus Biden's proofs for critical race theory as an assault on American culture and values. Former Vice President Mike Pence on Tuesday blasted the Biden administration's pushing critical race theory (CRT) in schools throughout the United States, calling the effort a wholehearted embrace of the radical left or a compassion assault on American culture and values. They abolished our 1776 Commission and authorized teaching critical race theory in our schools. Instead of teaching all of our children, regardless of race or creed or color, to be proud of their country, critical race theory teaches children at young age kindergarten to be ashamed of their skin color. Pence was the featured speaker at the annual Lincoln Regard dinner hosted by the Hillsborough County Republicans in Manchester, New Hampshire, to give his second public speech since leaving office in January. Now, let's move on to another topic. Smugglers openly advertise illegal border crossing on Facebook. Human smugglers along the southern border are openly advertising their services on Facebook, and the social media company has fallen short on removing such content. A plethora of user accounts have posted offers to facilitate illegal border crossing on the platform. Some even directly advertise how much they charge for the service. Representative Kat Carmach, who took office on January, repeatedly alerted Facebook to the issues in general and to a number of specific posts of this kind, but most of them haven't been removed, she said. Facebook has so far failed to accommodate Carmach's request for an in-person meeting to discuss the issues, given that some of the posts in question were paid advertisements. It raises the question of whether Facebook has been taking money, at least indirectly, from criminal cartels, which are known to control the human smuggling operations, Carmach told the Epoch Times. The Epoch Times alerted Facebook to about a dozen posts and groups that appeared connected with the issues. Most, but not all of them, were subsequently removed. We prohibit content that offers or assists with human smuggling and remove it from our platform whenever we find it, a Facebook spokesperson told the Epoch Times via email. And the fourth news we're going to discuss about: Biden rejects new Republican infrastructure offer. President Joe Biden and Republicans entered the weekend sharply at odds over how to craft an infrastructure deal that could satisfy their claims, imperiling the odds of a bipartisan deal. Biden shot down a new proposal from the main Republican negotiator on infrastructure, Senator Sally Moore Capito, that increased spending by about $50 billion over the last offer, the White House said. Republicans had previously offered roughly $257 billion in new spending, short of the $2.25 trillion Biden initially offered and suggested he might bring down to as low as $1 trillion. And while the two sides agreed to speak again on Monday, the White House also strongly signals that they may seek a path forward with other Republican lawmakers or even with only Democrats. He indicated to Senator Capito that he would continue to engage a number of senators in both parties in the hopes of achieving a more substantial package, White House spokeswoman Jen Psaki said in a statement. And finally, we're going to talk about Nevada government Sisolak signs law allowing permanent mail-in voting. Nevada government Steve Sisolak signed a bill into law on Wednesday, codifying a permanent mail-in voting system and other reforms aimed at expanding voter access. The bill, Assembly Bill 321, was passed along party lines in the state assembly and Senate, both controlled by Democrats. At a time when state legislatures across the country are attempting to roll back access to the polls, I'm so proud that Nevada continues to push forward with proven strategies that make voting more accessible and secure, Sisolak, a Democrat, said in a statement emailed to the Epoch Times. Following last year's presidential election, Republican lawmakers across the nation have pushed for legislation to limit mail-in voting, strengthen voter ID laws, shorten the periods for early voting, eliminate automatic and same-day voter registration, and other measures. Democrats call this measure voter suppression, while Republicans deem them essential for election integrity. Sisolak also wrote on Twitter that with the law, Nevada has become the sixth state to adopt a permanent vote by mail system. Colorado, Hawaii, Oregon, Utah, and Washington are the other 5 states that have existing permanent mail-in ballot system. Voters in these states are automatically sent mail-in ballots. Other states have mail-in voting as an option only under emergency circumstances, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. And that's all for today, my friends. What do you think? Let me know below. If you like what you heard, don't forget to share it with at least one of your friends, because everyone deserves to know the truth. Thanks for tuning into the Extended. I'm Katherine Dang, and see you next time.